Shalom. Are you guys having a good day today? Okay. Firstly, before I say this short speech, I also want to thank God and the Sunday school teachers who gave me this opportunity, and my classmates because they're my classmates. Today, I'm going to show you guys an inspiring story about a young little brave boy who gave his food and everything he had to Jesus. Basically, one day, there was a massive crowd because Jesus was preaching. When Jesus was preaching, there was 5,000 men, not including the women and children. And while Jesus was preaching, people felt excited. And when the sun was going down, the people worried. Guess why? Yes, because they're hungry. Their stomachs were rumbling a lot. Jesus' helpers and the disciples noticed this. They were panicking. How on earth can we feed a massive crowd? But in this little problem, in this big or small problem, a little boy stepped forward. He only had 5 loaves, 2 fish, barely enough for one person. That lunch was packed by his mom. So you guys also should say thank you to your mom too. That boy gave his food to Jesus. And then this part shows that the boy didn't care even though that was his lunch. And he still gave it to Jesus. He shared his food. And then Jesus looked up to heaven and said a prayer of thanks. He said it with a heart full of gratitude. And then in this part, Jesus began to break the bread and the fish. But then people thought that it wasn't going to feed all of them. But then there was something amazing happened. Instead of just disappearing, it began to multiply. It multiplied more and more as soon as Jesus kept on breaking the pieces and breaking and breaking and breaking. Until there was enough to feed the 5,000 men, excluding the women and children. And then the disciples, since there was 12 disciples, how many baskets do you think there was? 12. Of course. But there was still leftovers. And then the disciples were shocked. And now, from this beautiful story, we can learn that sharing is caring. Firstly, even the smallest offering can be meaningful to Jesus. And then, secondly, sharing can be kind because sharing is kind. Like if the person beside you doesn't have crayons and you have a lot, just share the crayons to that person. That's called sharing. And then we know that sharing can be possible here. And then that little boy may have thought that his lunch that his mom packed for him was just a drop from the ocean, but it wasn't. Instead, it fed thousands. Now, in my conclusion, if you see the people who are actually in need, you can help them. Or that's if they need something, you can share what they need. And if Jesus asks you that, if you're like watching a phone and then and other media like iPad, laptop, computer, and Jesus asks you, can you give this time to pray with me? Can you give this time to read the Bible with me? Can you give this time to meditate with me? What would you say? If you said yes, then keep that as a promise. Now, and also you can use your talents, your skill to knowledge and for the gift for God's kingdom. So Jesus will make you great through you again. Thank you, everyone. But before I finish this short speech, I would like to pray. Dear Lord, that you can bless the food. You can bless everyone, Lord, that you can bless the people in need, Lord, that you can bless everyone that needs something, Lord, that you can bless the people who are struggling with everything, Lord, that you can bless the people who can't pass through that bridge, Lord, that you can make them pass through that bridge, Lord, that you can bless everyone in your name, Lord. In my name, Jesus, say amen. Thank you.
Wow.